The following clip has been taken from our 2023 Historical Aircraft Restoration Society video. Follow the link in the description for the full tour.
Well, behind me is a little Navy Auster, and these were essentially called Admiral's barges because they were used for liaison and basically travel between Navy bases. And in the Navy, anything that carries an admiral is called a barge. So whether it's an aircraft, a car or a boat, it's an admiral's barge. These were made in England, the Auster company. It technically is a four-seater, but it's very cramped and very crowded. And they were essentially the utility aircraft that the Navy used in the 1950s. And the Auster is probably best known on the East Coast as one of these aircraft actually took off with no pilot from Sydney, Kingsford Smith, and flew over Sydney unmanned for a period of time until it was shot down by the Australian Defence Force. So basically the Auster is a notoriously interesting little aircraft simply because this was the subject of considerable concern for an hour and a half or so over Sydney because essentially they don't have a starter motor, and so the pilot has to literally set the throttle and hand start by swinging the prop. And that particular pilot set the throttle too far, and when it kicked off, it literally took off with no one in it. So it's probably the main claim to fame of the Auster is that it created that scene over Sydney for a couple of interesting hours back in the 50s. So this one is very close to airworthy, and we are at this time, and we're doing this in October 2023, we're just ready to apply for it to have airworthy status and be approved for flying. So it's virtually airworthy, and we're waiting for the paperwork for it to be able to be legal and fly.
For more of this 2023 Haas Museum tour, follow the link in the description.